Okay, class, it's time for lesson 2 of week 11. And today we are finding unknowns using division and multiplication. Let's get started. But first, we're going to review our homework. And we'll do this right now with the color green. So, for long division, we have 438. We have 38 divided by 4. 4 goes into 3 0 times, but 4 goes into 38. How many times? 4 can go into 38. 4 times 9 equals 36. So it goes into there 9 times. 38 minus 36. We have a remainder of 2. Okay, so it's 9 remainder 2. Number 2. 3 goes into 1 0 times. 3 goes into 17. 3 goes into 17. Well, 3 times 5 equals 15. So it has to be 5 times. Now 17 minus 15 equals remainder 2. So we have 5 remainder 2. Okay. Next is 5 goes into 43. Now this one is pretty easy. 5 times 8 equals 40. So we have an 8 here. And we have 40. 43 minus 40 equals remainder 3. All right. Next we have 2 goes into 15. Well, 2 times 7 equals 14. So we have 14. 15 minus 14 equals remainder 1. So we have a 7 remainder 1. Super easy homework. Let's move on to our classwork, which is finding the unknowns in number sentences. All right, so here we go. We have to multiply 5 by a smiley face, and the product is 1,150. All right, so how can we find the product? We know the answer is 1,150, and we multiply 5 by something. So how can we find the answer? How can we find this right here? Well, first we need to find out what is 1,150 divided by 5. So we can take the answer, 1,150, and let's divide it by 5. 5 goes into 1 0 times. 5 goes into 11 2 times. But we have a 1 left over. 5 goes into 15 3 times. And 5 goes into 0 0 times. So the answer is 230. So that means the smiley face equals 230. And we can write it as 5 times 230 equals 1,150. All right, not bad. Now let's take a look at another one. So we have a number is divided by 5, and the quotient is 25. So the answer is 25, and we want to find this problem. So what we need to do is multiply 5 times 25. But let's write it out like this. 25 times 5. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 2 is 10. Plus 2 is 12. So if we just found that this equals 125. So we can write it as 125 divided by 5 equals 25. All right, so that's how we can find our answers. Now let's take a look at the next page. We have some practice here. But first, let's practice with 1 and 2. And you know what we have to do here? Write it down for later. When we get to this part, you're going to pause and do it on your own, okay? So let's practice with number 1. A, B, and C. What is 6 divided by 3? Well, we know the answer is 2. And 6 divided by 3 equals 2. 6 divided by 3 equals 2. And 6 divided by 3 equals 2. All right, so how can we find it? Well, we can flip the numbers. And we find what's missing. For example, if we want to find this number, we can do 2 times 3 equals 6. If we want to find the big number, we would have to do 6 divided by 2 equals 3. And if we want to find this number, we have to do 6 divided by 3 equals 2. Okay? Now, let's try that again if we have 3 digits. Well, if a 3-digit number is divided by a 1-digit number, let's find the unknowns. So we have 135 divided by 9 equals, well, let's find out. Oh, wait, we have the answer right here, but let's do it with our short division method really quick. Okay, so 135, 9 goes into 1 0 times, 9 goes into 13 1 times, and we have left over 13 minus 9 is 4. Okay, and we have 45. 9 goes into 45 5 times. So the answer is 15. Now, if we want to find this number, so for this one, to find this number, we would have to do 135 divided by 15. Since we didn't learn it yet, you should probably use a calculator until next semester or next year when we learn how to do it. For now, let's move on to C. We have 9. To find the big number, we have to do 15 times 9. So 9 times 5 is 45. And 9 times 1 is 9. 9 plus 4 is 13. And we have the answer is 135. All right, now that you see how easy it is, please pause and do A through J. Okay, pause now. And let's review. Okay, so 40 divided by 5 equals, how do we find it? Let's do 40 divided by 5. To find 40 divided by what? Equals 5. 5 goes into 40 8 times. So this must be 8. All right, let's do B. 18 divided by what equals 9? Well, let's do 18 divided by 9. And the answer is 2. Next we got 28 divided by what equals 4? So let's do 28 divided by 4. 4 goes into 28 7 times. So the answer is 7. Next we have 63 divided by what equals 7? Well, let's do 63 and divided by 7. 7 goes into 63 9 times, so the answer is 9. Now, how about this one? This one's a little bit harder, right? Now, for letter E, we have to find the big number here. It must be a very big number because we have to do 874 times 6 to find it. So 6 times 4 is 24. 6 times 7 is 42 plus 2, 44. And 6 times 8 is 48 plus 4 is 52. So we have 5,244 divided by 6 is 874. So let's check our answer by doing the long division. Let's do 5,244 divided by 6. 6 goes into 52. How many times? How about 8 times? And we have 48 minus 52. We have 4 left over. So we have 44. 6 goes into 44. 7 times. 44 minus 42 is 2, and we have 24. 6 goes into 24. 4 times. And we are left over with 0. So that is correct. Our answer is 5,244. Now let's check G. Oh no, F. Let's go to F. We forgot to write the 9 here. All right, let's go to F. We need to find this number. So that means we need to do the same thing, 112 times 9. 9 times 2 is 18. 9 times 1 is 9. Plus 1 is 10. And 9 times 1 is 9. Plus 1 is 10. So the answer is 1008. Next up, we have 3 times what equals 231. Now we're doing multiplication. So can you guess what we have to do now? Are we going to multiply this number or divide this number by 3? That's right, we are going to divide. So it's going to be 231 divided by 3. Okay? So let's put 3 into 2. We have a 0. 3 goes into 23. We have a 7. Because 7 times 3 is 21. Now we have a 21 again. 7 goes into 21. 3 goes into 7. 3 goes into 21 7 times. The answer is 77. So we know that 3 times 77 is 231. Now let's find this number. What number times 5 equals 435? Guess what? We have to do the same thing. 435 divided by 5. 5 goes into 43 8 times. So let's put an 8 there. And 43 minus 40, we have a 3 left. So we need to do 5 goes into 35. 5 goes into 35 7 times. So the answer is 87 times 5 equals 435. All right. Next up is 315. So let's do the same thing again. 315 divided by 5. 5 goes into 30 6 times. And 5 goes into 15 3 times. So the answer is 63. And finally, we have 528 divided by 6. 6 goes into 52 8 times. 52 minus 48 is 4. Bring down the 48 here. 6 goes into 48 8 times. So the answer is 88. Let's check. Let's do 88 times 6. 6 times 8 is 48. 6 times 8 is 48 plus 4 is 52. The answer is correct. All right, so I hope you got all of those right, and you can practice this now on your quizzes. Good job, guys, with today's class. See you next class. Bye, guys.